Smiling 'cause you know I treat you well. You better, I'll treat you well, I will. Can tell, come give me, I will. Good for real. Uh, I but I will. I feel like no one has ever made you feel. I feel like no one has ever made you feel, yeah. No, you better feel, will, I will. You feel, I will. I feel, it's ever made you feel, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that little collective. And guided, pulled towards a couple different decks. Spirit angels, universe, highest self, highest source, sovereign, primordial, breath, consciousness, awareness. What messages do you have for us in this moment? What do we need to hear? What will we benefit from hearing? What do we want to tell ourselves? This just conversation with self. All this conversation with source. Always remember that everything is a derivative. It's a game, a different path. And only all paths lead to the same thing, remembrance. Just remembrance. It's not anything that you need to know. It's usually things that we need to forget that'll bring us to this balance, this peace, this thing inside of us that we're all guided towards, that we be looking for. You're not going to find it in materials. You won't find it in relationships or cars, clothes, status, money. We always are looking for ourselves within those things. It don't necessarily mean the wrong place. There's no such thing as wrong or right. It's, consequences and repercussions, actions and reactions. Right and wrong are constructs because everything can be looked at from different perspectives. Everything. Down to the so-called worst of the worst to the best of the best. It's all in the angle you're looking at it. That's going to give it the definition of good or bad, positive, negative, right or wrong. sure I get my microphone. Yeah, sometimes I get my mic. My microphone. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my mic. My microphone. Oh no, I need to let my phone charge. Okay, so I'll get that in a minute. You should be able to hear me good enough. Alright, Spirit Angels, Universal Messages. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to say to us? Who needs to hear these messages? Look in the mirror. Those things that we feel like are cliche, down to such things like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or don't matter what people say about you, it only matters how you feel about yourself. Those are some of the realest things to live by and to remember and to understand, and not just blow it off. They've become cliche because of how true they are and how much they resonate and how much they actually help people when you look past the judgment of it and actually see it and accept it for what it is. Oh, last shuffle. Everything is truly how you look at it, because you are the creator of your experience. When I say creator, I mean you are the one that chooses your frequency, because creation is finished. Everything you can think of or perceive is already done. Ready or not, the time is now. You've been calling in something. Ready or not, the time is now. Something this gift. I'm sorry, it's something you asked for a long, long time ago. When you felt like you wasn't going to get it, so you started either praying for it, trying to manifest it, or begging for it, or, trying to kind of force it into your reality. But along the way, from that time to now, you've let go of it. And you started focusing on yourself and other things and your energy and how you feel. And those prayers that you made, those seeds that you planted, now is the time where they're coming to fruition. I'm hearing a relationship. Feel like a heaviness in my chest, so it's like somebody's heart is like pounding, thinking about this relationship that you don't necessarily mean you gave up on it, but you kind of stopped trying to force it. I just heard money. This certain amount of money, this new house, this car, because you stopped putting your happiness in the hands of these different things and other people and materials, and you've started to look within these things that you used to feel like you needed in order to be happy are now looking for you, because you've allowed yourself to resonate on the frequency of having those things already. Whether it was intentional, or just because you've been focusing on your energy and being at peace and forgiving, letting things go, allowing yourself to start over, trusting life, trusting the universe, trusting God, trusting source, kind of getting into the flow. Somebody was listening to Abraham Hicks. I haven't thought about them in a while. It just popped up in my head. What are the messages? Oh. You are intimidating, but I'm up for the challenge. Somebody likes that you're not easy. or that you speak your mind, it's not somebody that you might know of them, but you don't know them personally. They like how much you know. For some reason, it's something that you posted, something that you said. It might even just be the way that you look or just the energy they get when they think about you. But they're self-conscious about you, or you make them self-conscious, but that's not pushing them away. That's making them pull or be more attracted to you. The fact that you speak your mind, that you're not so focused on what other people think about you. You care about how you feel about yourself. And that is intimidating to a lot of people. Because people, it's rare. A lot of people don't have that kind of energy. People tend to only say things that they feel like other people will accept or understand. Rest. You need to keep your mind at ease in all situations. The body requires less sleep when the mind is at ease. So you might have been staying up. You might be staying up a lot more lately. Like you're not getting as much sleep as you used to. And it makes kind of making you feel like something's wrong. But it's not. It's because your frequency is balancing. You're allowing yourself to balance and flow. And you aren't stressed as you used to be. And the only reason we need so much sleep as a people, consciousness, collective, is because we tend to be stressed. And we carry around a lot of weight and judgment and harbored hatred or unforgiveness. And because you've been letting those things go, because you've been focused on flowing and focused on your energy and focused on your peace, you find yourself sleeping less. But the mind has started to kind of play with you and make you think like something's wrong because you're not sleeping as much. And it's trying to get you back in the cycle of making you feel like you need to sleep more. But your spirit is lighter. Your spirit is becoming balanced and at ease. So the body is requiring less sleep, but the brain has some catching up to do. It's money waiting for you to align with it. Feel the wealth, feel the ease. You've been aligning with this wealth that you've been calling in. That's what I was talking about already. It's a frequency. It's not necessarily what you do or what you have. We only want the money and the cars and the clothes and the houses and the relationships for the way that they make us feel. But we got to realize that we have the ability to tap into those feelings without these physical things. You have the same power. And even when we do have these physical things, or the relationship or the car, the clothes, the money, it's still you that's aligning yourself with that frequency of that feeling. You're just not giving yourself the credit. You're putting the credit in the hands of the money or the people or the other person or the one that you think you love, when it's you that's allowing yourself to be capable of that love. It's you allowing yourself to feel wealthy. When you get to the point to where you understand that you don't need those things, you can tap into all of that. Just like with certain substances like cannabis, cannabinoids, we have those within our body. And once you get to the point of understanding or being able to align with it, like you feel the feeling of that you get whenever you partake in certain substances. You don't want to become dependent on it. You want to start realizing, that's the whole point of it, to realize and remember that you can tap into these things without these middlemen, or without the substances, or without the physical aspect of it. Because all of this is imaginary. It's play. It's really nothing tangible here. Like physical is just energy bouncing off of itself. It's you experiencing yourself in density, a denser frequency, a denser energy. When you look deep within, when you look beyond the surface, when you look beyond even with the microscope, even science has proved it. It's just electricity and a whole bunch of ideas and vibrations bouncing off of each other and causing reactions. It's really, even looking at me in this crochet piece I made, these beads, the crystals, it's all vibrations bouncing off of each other and how they react to the different frequencies and the different energies of things. That's how you can feel it. Like, it's, I can go down that rabbit hole, but that's not what this video is. There are specific beings waiting to experience the healing of your source given gifts. This is how you change the world. You need to start. I know you, something just told me that you don't want to hear this. You need to start posting more. If you're not, you need to start posting, period. You need to start putting yourself out there. It don't have to be anything specific or any kind of specific platform. You don't get out of the mindset of thinking that you being like other people, or you conforming, or you want to be judged. It ain't about that. It's about you shining your light and allowing yourself to be found by these people, these souls, these specific beings that are looking for you. Whether it's your ancestors, the ones that aren't here or on different frequencies, or somebody so-called physical in the same world that you are in. It's people looking for you and your gifts. It's people that will be healed and that will remember by hearing or seeing you. And how are they going to hear or see you if you're not putting yourself out there? That's how you help change the world. And not in the aspect of feeling like, like the hero, like it's all on you, like you the one to do it. No, it's a collective. It's knowing that we're all connected and that each cell matters, each body matters, each frequency we project matters, each thought we have matters, each moment matters. They add up like pennies. They stack up. Cause $1 billion is just a whole bunch of pennies. Like if you add a whole, however many pennies that is, I'm good at math, but that's a lot. However many pennies that is. You know what I'm saying? That's how moments and seconds and thoughts and frequencies add up to the collective and how much they matter. Everything matters. It affects the whole. Cause you got $1 billion worth of pennies, and you take one penny away, now you got, what is it, 999,999,999 and what, 99 cents. It's not a billion no more, is the point. That's how, looking at it in that aspect, is it just helps you see how your frequency affects the collective. It's billions of energies out here, frequencies, countless. Not just the people, but even the animals are included, or the inanimate objects, or the bugs, the birds. Your frequency matters. There's none of us more important. Some of us have a bigger impact on the frequency because we've been practicing, you know, our sound or our vibration, our tunage, you know. We've become aware of it. The more aware you are, the more manifestation power you have, the more you affect the whole, the more your aura shines, the more your toroidal field affects around you, the more people can feel it, the more you draw in those that are aligned with your frequency, the more your experience will start to align with you, the more aware you become. And you remember, the knowing is what allows these things to happen. Because we're doing it either way. Like most of the time it's unconscious because we aren't aware, or we don't believe that we have that kind of power, that kind of effect on our experience. But when you remember that and you accept that and you become aware of it, and you don't allow yourself to be caged in or boxed in, you know, and you accept the power that you have, the more it will change and affect your reality and those around you and the collective consciousness of all that we are. It all matters. It's pennies. Pennies add up. And even somebody needs to hear, you need to hear that even when it comes to pennies and millions or billions of dollars, they are the same frequency, just different magnetism. What is the word? Different. It's the same energy, but it's different strengths of it. Like different the potency is different, but it's the same thing. A penny has the same frequency as $1 billion. One is just more magnified or stronger than the other. But to look at a penny, it's like it don't matter, is blasphemy, because it matters just as much. Like something that they used to bother me when I was in religion and growing up in church is how they would say that God is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, but somehow we're not it. Like it'd be wrong for us to call ourselves that. How can it be everywhere and everything simultaneously all at once, but you say that I'm not when I exist? You know what I mean? You can't, like, it's so hypocritic. It's so much hypocrisy in so many doctrines or religions when you have to allow yourself to get out of this cognitive dissonance or out of that weird space to where your soul knows something ain't adding up, but you just swallow things and accept it because somebody else said it or because you're taught that or because it's pushed. They push certain narratives. We we're not doing that anymore as a people. We're not just accepting what's being told to us just because the masses accept it, because we did in the past, because our ancestors did, because they didn't know, or whatever the case may be. Some of us are born with that. Some of us have to remember it. Some of us have to learn. Like, oh, this don't make sense. This don't add up. I'm not just gonna believe it just because you say it. I didn't care who it was. I didn't care if it was my mom, my daddy, my parents, the preacher, teacher. Like, if it didn't make sense to me, if it didn't add up, not saying I can't be taught, but I need it to make sense. I need the reasons why. I can't be blindly led. And a lot of us are blindly led. But we're coming out of that phase. We're coming out of that cognitive dissonance to where we don't allow ourselves to be blindly led. And things are having to make sense to us now because the frequency is rising. The more of us that become aware and remember, the more it affects the collective. The more of us that will remember that there truly is no ego. The only reason so-called ego has power is because we believe there is an ego in the first place. When ego is just a distortion of the way that we look at ourselves as the entire consciousness that we are. It's not something that you have to unalive or overcome. You just have to realize and remember that there never was an ego. It's an idea that you need to allow yourself to let go of and accept that never existed. Do something different. Be weird. Be weirder. Stand out because you already are. No matter how much you try to blend in, you still stand out because you have your own body, you have your own soul, you have your own perspective, you have your own particular frequency. If you didn't have your own particular frequency, you wouldn't be in your own body. There would be no you. It's really that simple. We make it complicated. You are unique. You are special. You are powerful without trying to be. There's nothing that you have to do but be you. Even if you find yourself trying to blend in or trying to be accepted or trying to be like other people, you are still you. You are still unique. You are still weird. Everybody's weird because none of us are the same. And that's a illusion. Like we created this normal and this weird. There's no such thing as normal or weird. Again, just like good or bad or right or wrong. These are projections and perceptions or ideas that change so much. Anything that changes is not real. The only thing that's real is awareness, is consciousness that never changes. Only our perspective changes. The body changes. The mind changes. Even the things we learn, or how we live, or how we look at ourselves as this physical being, all of that changes. But just the watching itself, or the existing period, the infinity that we are, the consciousness, it's just the level of awareness that seems to change. But awareness is always there, regardless of how much you are aware of it or not. That's wild. Study your interests. What naturally, what are you drawn to naturally? Like, if nobody told you were good at it, or if, you know, there were no so-called physical benefits of it, and the only thing that matters was how it made you feel, like, what are you drawn to? What gives you that fulfillment? Like, whether people know about it or not, whether you get paid for it or not, what would you do every day, or without these so-called benefits? That's what you need to study. Those are your gifts. You've taken over somebody's mind with your with your intimidating energy, but they're up for the challenge. And by you focusing on yourself and studying your interests, you're only going to call in more and more people that are attracted to you, that see you for your authentic self. As long as you're allowing yourself to be authentic and not feeling like you have to dim your light, or you have to do certain things to try to fit in. Stop trying to fit in, because you never will. We would fit into what? You're already here. You're already aware. You're already part of the consciousness. You already exist. You fit exactly where you're supposed to fit. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. If you weren't, you wouldn't be there. It matches up with your level of awareness and your acceptance of the power that you have, and your frequency and your energy, and these pennies that we add up. It's a direct reflection of who you are inside. Somebody said, I want to see you. Somebody's missing you. Who is this? He said, they know who you are. You know who they are. He said, you know who I am. I want to go out on a public date and show you off. Somebody misses you. They want to take you out. They, in the past, they were acting not. I hear ashamed, but it's like they weren't comfortable being out in public with you because of whatever else they had going on, or that's just not what they wanted to do. But now they're at a point to where they want to show you off. They want to go out in public on a date, like they want to lay claim to you, but they weren't doing that before. And this is what you're calling in by you focusing on yourself and being authentic. Something that you were thinking about before, or that you wanted a long time ago, but again, you let it go. Not saying that you didn't want it anymore, but that stopped being the main focus of your existence, and you put yourself back on your throne and allowed yourself to be the star player again. You light my fire. You turned on my fire, baby, and you burn me up within your flame. Fire and desire, baby. Somebody's on fire. And this seems like it came out of the blue. Out of the blue. You make somebody feel like a child, like a baby, in the most freest way possible. It's such that's a deep balance. It's like they lit up, for you, but they also feel innocent and free when they think about you, and they realize that they haven't been able to find that in anything or anybody else. And it's kind of hitting them at once, whatever with this frequency going on with this, the weather. Somebody want to say something so bad, but they haven't gotten to that level of not caring about the results, that they haven't said what they want to say. They haven't spoken their mind. They're not saying what's on their heart. They're not saying what they really want to say to you, because they're afraid that you'll reject them because you haven't been reacting or giving them the same kind of feelings and emotions that you had before. It's like they've been kind of they've been testing the water lately, but you haven't really budged, in the way that you used to before. So they feel like, this illusional ego that they have is in the way, it's driving them. They put these limits. They don't know the power that they have to be able to align with you and to be that person that you desired for them to be all along. It's like they've kind of given up on themselves. Dang. They've given up on themselves because they feel like you've given up on them. Become aware. Listen to the wisdom of the body. You get these signs, and your body is telling you, it's like, my mind is telling me no, but my body is telling me, hey, baby, I don't want to hurt nobody, but there's something that I must confess. Baby, become aware. Listen to the wisdom of the body. Your body knows things that your mind might not be able to articulate or pick up on yet, but you can feel it. And you have to know the difference between something that's programmed, or it's because of somebody else around you, or it's your soul shining through, or it's your intuition. But your body knows, like how you can try to be around somebody, but you just feel awkward, you feel off. Like a lot of time we ignore it because our brain, our mind wants what it wants. You know what I mean? But the body knows. It be telling us things. It's divine technology. That's why we have these antenna, this hair. Whether you have a lot of hair or a little bit. It's the follicles. Animalistic. Being able to know the difference in fight or flight or divine signs from your body. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. Remember that you are infinite. You are this pure love. Let love guide you in everything you do. Allow yourself to become the person that you wish you had when you were little. And if you are that, look in the mirror and imagine yourself as the little one that you were. And talk to yourself. Because whether we realize it or not, when we do those things, we are actually, how they have in a movie sometimes where they'll skip scenes and they'll be like, you feel like this, or you, because this what your future self did, like those thoughts, those feelings that we get, like the hope that comes out of nowhere or the chills. It'd be moments like this when we can look back at ourselves and tell ourselves that I love you and that you can do it and that you are strong, that you are beautiful, that you are perfect, that you are not alone. It be us talking to ourselves from the so-called future or a different frequency or a different dimension or reality. Don't get so caught up in the words. It's about the knowing, the understanding, the energy of it. Just like now, in this moment, when we get goosebumps or chills, or you just get this faith out of nowhere without a reason. It be your future self talking to you. Whether you want to call it ancestors, higher self, um, spirit guides, all of it is us. All of it is you. Different frequencies, aspects, perceptions, perspectives of you. There's only one here. Just different points of view. We're always in conversation with ourselves, with the attention that we give and the attention that we perceive. Attention is so powerful. That's awareness on specific frequencies. Connect to the eternity within. Do this exercise to where you allow yourself to expand. You close your eyes and you bring your awareness to your body, to all parts of your body, from your head to your toe, and you just become aware of that. And then you become aware of the room, the entire room that you're in, and the different things. Like, you can see these things, you can remember them with your eyes closed. It don't have to be perfect, but you are aware of it, you know. And then you want to make it a little bigger. You become aware of the whole house, or maybe the next few rooms, or the whole building that you're in. Whether it's an apartment building or a condo or a townhouse, you become aware of the whole building that you're in. And then you spread it out, become aware of your whole neighborhood, and you can see the different houses or the different apartments, the different buildings, the trees. You become aware of it, and you spread even bigger, become aware of the the side of town that you're in, the city, or or whether you're across the rail tracks, beyond, a little beyond the neighborhood. Then you can go to the county, then maybe the city, or the city to county, whichever one's bigger. Just keep expanding your awareness until you get to the point to where you've gotten to. And then, okay, we can go down the step by step, and then you expand to the awareness of the state, or the the province that you're in, whatever is another word for state in different countries. That whole area, the whole state. Like the state of New York. If you're in if you're in New York, you bring your awareness to the entire state of New York, and then you go bigger to the entire state of America, of the USA, of just North America, or just that country of USA, and then you go to the whole continent of North America. You expand your awareness, and then you expand your awareness to North and South America, and then you expand to the oceans, and then you expand to the full earth, or this whole side of the continent, the east, north, west, whichever side. Or you can do the whole of what you think, or what you can perceive. And then you do the wholeness of the space, or whatever you believe, the awareness of the firmament and everything around it, until you can't perceive anything bigger. And then you bring yourself to the awareness of the infinite, of just space itself. And the more you practice this, the easier it'll be. It only sounds and feels awkward now because we don't practice it, or you haven't practiced it. But when you do start to practice it, just like anything, you become better at it. It don't necessarily become easier, but you get better at it. And it starts to make sense, and things are revealed to you. So start to expand your awareness intentionally. Start with your body, or your hands and your feet, and you close your eyes, and then gradually expand bigger and bigger and bigger, till you get to the point to where, and it's, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. The more you do it, you will have this divine epiphany, or this realization, to where you understand that you are the awareness all along, that you are what you've been looking for, that you are the infinite, that you are the spaciousness, that you are even beyond the breath and the word and the sound, that you are this eternity within. You are this pure love. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love, the love that you are. Allow yourself to swim in this energy. And it brings so much healing to your inner child, to your inner self. Say yes. Now is the time to be open and receive. Open yourself up to these things that you've been calling in or that you desire. Stop feeling like there's more that you need to do or accomplish or achieve. You don't need to ask anymore. The only thing you need to do is stop thinking that there's more to do and allow these things in. Allow it in. Just say yes. Say yes, say yes, say yes, girl. Just say yes. Allow. Now is the time. Everything, it's just overnight. I heard overnight celebrity. It don't necessarily have to be a celebrity or that kind of thing, but something will happen overnight, and it's gonna hit you like the ton of most beautiful bricks in the world. By you removing these blocks or these limitations or these illusions and removing the feeling that you think that there's something else that you have to or need to do in order to receive these things that you desire. You only desire them because your soul knows that you have them, that they are for you, that they are meant for you, your higher self, your future self. They already have these things. That's why your past self, which is you now, desires them. That's why you feel it. That's why you think about it. That's why you carry it with you. That's why it just pops out in your head out of nowhere. Somewhere along the way you started doing it intentionally and you realize the power that you always had. And it's become just natural for you now. It's become habit for you now to think about these beautiful, positive, this money, this wealth, this relationship, this love, this status, using your gifts, this success. You've done it. You've reached it. All you have to do now is allow it in. And stop fooling yourself or allowing the brain to trick you into thinking there's more to do. That's what the brain is wired to do. The brain is wired to make you feel like you have to do something. But when you, the true you that you are, beyond the brain, beyond the thoughts, that awareness that you are, when you allow yourself to remember and realize that that's what the brain is supposed to do. It's supposed to try to stay the same. It's supposed to want to do, and do, and do, and get, and get. When you remember that that's what it's wired to do, and you allow yourself to just be and to receive, I'm I'm telling you, all these things that you desire, that you've been looking for, that you've been waiting on, that you've been wondering where it is, they're right they're right there at that wall that you've created, this do wall. When you remove that do wall, you're gonna be flooded with all of these things, with all of these gifts that you've been desiring and waiting for. Because you know that as long as you want, you don't have, but you've been allowing yourself to embody this frequency, embody this energy, to be it, to resonate with it, regardless of what's going on around you. Because you've gotten to the stage and to the point to where you understand that what we experience now is based on what we did in the past. And the only way our future will change or be what we desire it to be is we have to embody that now, so that our future can become this past and we can experience the frequency that we are allowing ourselves to resonate at now. Right now, we're creating our future, just like our past self created our now. It's a it's a beautiful game, especially once you got the cheat codes or once you learn how to play it. Don't get caught up in the now and what things look like around you. You want to live in the now, which means be what you desire to be now and feel what you desire to feel now and know that you don't need anything outside of you to align with that. But recognize that the only reason you are experiencing and seeing what you're seeing around you is because of what you were doing in your past and how you were resonating and feeling in your past. That's what manifested your experience or your reality now. Personality is personal reality. Allow your personality to reflect what you want to experience, and you will alter and change and align with your personal reality, what you actually desire to experience. Shift your personality to that. Whether you want to call it pretend, make believe, imagination, I don't care what you call it. Just do it. Live in that. Embody it. Be it. You want wealth, you have to be wealth. Live, do not worry. Live freely without worry. Get what you want without worry. With no limit. It's like people will tell you that, but they'll still put limits on it, like, don't be stupid, don't do nothing dumb. I mean, I get that, to a certain aspect, but at the same time, if you have nothing to fear and you are truly embodying this wealth, you can't do nothing dumb. You know what I mean? Because you have more than enough to cover you. You have more than enough to get what you want to get. You have to live this now. And that's the mentality that we get stuck in, or that so-called masses or other powers that be that don't want you to be as powerful because they feel like they'll lose their power some way. Whatever reasons they have, they don't matter. It's about you becoming aware of it and not allowing these things to keep you in the same perpetual cycle, experiencing the same things because you think that you're stuck, or because you allow yourself to be stuck and thinking that, oh, it's never going to change. But it's because you haven't changed. When you change and you change the things that you're doing, when you change your frequency, when you change your actions, and you change your feelings and your thoughts, and you allow them all to work together, body, mind, soul, to be on one accord, what you experience can't help but change. You can't help it because it's a direct reflection of your frequency and who you choose to be. The only reason you're still seeing the same things every day is because that's what you allow yourself to give attention and allow yourself to feel. Instead of using your imagination power or your pretend power, or again, it don't matter what you want to call it. Instead of using your mental power to focus on what you want to experience, to focus on your desires, to live the life or embody the feeling and move accordingly to the life that you actually want to live, and stop wanting it. Realize that you don't need the so-called money or the acknowledgement or the acceptance to feel, to embody those feelings and that way of being now. There's nothing you need to wait on. You need to get out of your own way and realize that it was you all along. It was you that you've been looking for. Not this body, not the face that you see in the mirror. The one who is aware of this body, the one who is looking through the eyes. The same one that's looking through my eyes is the same one looking through yours. That's just how powerful we are. How beautiful this all is. That we can give ourselves this temporary amnesia or trick ourselves into thinking that there's like you, not me, you know, like I'm not talking to me, but I'm talking to somebody else. But it's really just me in conversation with myself from two different perspectives, or however many perspectives there are, many different things, beings, adamant, inanimate, animated objects, infinite, infinite possibilities. We are the no thingness experiencing ourselves as everything just for the sake of experience. That's it. That's the game. We always looking for more. Like, oh, it's got to be something else. It's got to be something. What? How? You already have everything. You already are the infinite. You already are experiencing everything. Eternity. There's there's nothing like there's literally nothing more except nothingness. But you can't have nothingness without somethingness, and that's what we are. We are the somethingness of the nothingness. Just like you can't have good without bad, you can't have light without dark, you can't have positive without negative. They all simultaneously exist. The thing that you need to focus on is existence, awareness, consciousness. You are here. You exist. You are eternal. You are infinite. The real you. The you behind the eyes. Behind the eyes. Behind the eyes. Even beyond the word awareness. The primordial source before the sound. The 0 point. 0 is infinity. It's like the brain doesn't understand it, but the soul does. The essence that you are, even beyond the breath. Because the breath is also a manifestation of that infinite or that 0 point. It's just the closest thing that the brain can perceive to be able to relate to it or to try to articulate it for understanding purposes. But what's understood can't be explained, and what really matters is beyond words. Once you know it, you'll know it, and nothing and no one can take it away from you. That's what they say. Slavery, it begins and ends in the mind. It's a mentality. Whether you want to admit it or not, we chose this experience, particularly. But as far as existing, like that's just happening. That is the infinite. That is the source. There is no oneness without duality, and there's no duality without oneness. I know I say it a lot because it's every time I say it, it shakes up something else in somebody, even within me, even in my genetic makeup and my codes and the ancestors, whoever's listening around. We get so caught up in the physical part, no day to day, and this the egoic reality, the mindset that we want these, we like the stories. There's nothing wrong with the stories. The stories is cool. I love watching my stories. I watch new Star Trek or whatnot. It ain't new, but it's new to me. But I grew up watching Star Trek, even though it was boring as crap to me. But I it wasn't always boring. But that's all we had on TV. And now I find myself watching a new one, and it's so beautiful. Like the stories, even with the cards, the tarot cards, the stories are beautiful. It's infinite possibilities. But we're guided to look at the bigger picture now. That's what these cards are for. They're for confirmation. they're your blood test for the man. My intuition is like a woman having a baby and knowing that the baby came out of her, you know. But the cards are the blood test for the man. You know, oh dang, this is my confirmation. I know that's my baby now. You know, it adds up. I saw the baby come out of you, but now I got the blood test, so now I know it's me. I know what I'm thinking, I know what I'm feeling, I know what I'm resonating with. But this right here is the, you know, the confirmation. It's not needed, you know, because we know it, but it's fun. It's like the physical aspect of the spiritual. That's why I like tarot or oracle readings or divination. It's the physical aspect of my intuition. And you won't be able to perceive or see anything on your timeline, on your feed, on your YouTube, or any other website or platform. It won't show itself to you unless that's the frequency that you're allowing in and that you resonate with. Fine tune your frequency, make it so strong, so powerful that nothing can get through your auric field or your toroidal field without your say so. Make your awareness and your energy that strong. And trust it. Again, the awareness is what makes it so. Us being on autopilot, we be allowing all kind of crazy stuff in. But when you find, because your frequency isn't fine tuned, your station, you just flipping station to station and this or that, this or that. But when you fine tune your frequency and your station and your energy field, things become clearer. Things can only reach you if they truly align with you. It won't just be all over the place. It won't just be so random because you aren't random. Fine tune your energy, fine tune your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Make them line up, and your reality will reflect that. Alter your personal reality by altering your personality. The words don't sound alike just because it's cute. It's the same thing. Personality is the non-physical part. Personal reality is the physical part. When they match, you know, when you start to see results. Match your personality with the personal reality that you want to experience. I don't care who call you crazy or how much it don't gotta make sense to your brain. It ain't supposed to. The brain is limited. But the consciousness, the awareness, that which you are beyond the brain, beyond the thoughts, beyond the mind, that's what's limitless. The true you-ness that you are. There's no real limit on you. Only the perceived limit. The limit that you put on yourself because you are the creator of your reality. If you say you have limits, then you will experience limits. That's how powerful you are. And that's the choice you have. That's the audacity. That's your prerogative. Quit limiting yourself. Why? For what? Go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something different. Do something new. This is how you change your habits. Switch it up. Do something new. Do something you never done before. That's how you get what you never got. Most of us are insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing in the same way, expecting different results. You're not going to get nothing different that way. Switch it up. Be. Switch your personality. Be something different. Shock the body. Shock the brain. Shock the mind. Shock reality. Do something different. Go on an adventure. Do something that scares the freak out of you. Because fear ain't always a bad thing. It's the thinking that it's a bad thing that makes it bad, so-called. It's a reaction. It's the body reacting to what is unknown to it. Or the mind. The unknown. That's all fear is. False evidence appearing real. It's a choice to let fear control you instead of accepting it for what it is. It's just unknown. So again, the brain is wired to stay the same or to protect you from doing different things. So it's gonna kind of be awkward or try to revolt against it. But the you-ness, your awareness, when you understand that, you know that this is supposed to happen and it don't have that same power over you as it did before. There's nothing wrong with fear. It's only allowing that fear to overtake you is what makes it wrong. Stop giving it that power. See it for what it is. All emotions are signals, are signs for you to bring it back to love. Either they're letting you know that you're in the flow, in the resonance of love, or they're giving you the signal like fear, anger, sadness. Those are signals to let you know that you are fighting against the natural flow that you are. When you're in the flow, you feel love, peace, and joy. When you fight against the flow, you feel fear, anxiety, worry. That's all they are. They're signs and signals to try to get you back in the natural flow. Only thing that's real is you. Not the body, not the mind, not the feelings. All those are temporary because they change. The you that you truly are does not change. It never has. It always was, always will be. It is the infinite. It is the infinity, the eternal existence itself, reality itself. Be still. Learn to sit in the silence. The silence is pregnant. I'm talking about full. It's not empty. That's an illusion. That's a lie. There's so much in the silence. Just like there's so much in the infinite and the eternal. It's like a blank canvas of possibilities. Sit in the silence more. As often as possible. No music, no TV. Even try sitting in the dark, no lights. Sit with yourself without the distractions of so-called physical. Be still. Sit in the stillness. There you will find everything that you've been looking for. I guarantee it. I promise you. If you don't, come find me. And when you do, let me know. Be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence just to be. I didn't even read it. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. That's how you hear yourself. The real you. The only you. Without these distractions. The answers are in the silence. That's why meditation is so powerful. Because it allows us to get to that state of stillness. And to be able to experience and be and see beyond the physicality or what's around us or what we're hearing or seeing or touching. Beyond the senses. The silence is beautiful. It's golden. And that's what we're going to leave it with. Sit in the silence. Go as long as you can, a couple of hours a day, as long as you possibly can, with just quiet silence. If you have, family or babies, I guess set an alarm clock when everybody's asleep. Don't turn nothing on. If you happen to wake up and everybody's asleep, just sit there in the silence. You don't got to do nothing special or extra. Just no talking. Try not to even turn the light on. Don't try to hear anything. Don't judge your thoughts. Just allow yourself to be. Know that everything is exactly where it's meant to be, where it's supposed to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. That's as simple as that. Trust life. Trust yourself. Trust source. Get to the point to where you trust, blind trust in life itself. Blind faith. Without it having to make sense. Just a deep knowing that everything happens for you and through you, and nothing is happening to you. I love you because you are me and I am you.